What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Javon back at it again with another video. Today's video we're going to be touching base on 11 Fury Warriors. It's a guide for 11 Fury Warrior Twinking for time walking. I'm going to touch base on what else I've been using it for, but if you like this content, please drop a like, please drop a sub, and let's get into it. So as you guys might not know, I made a couple videos. This is kind of an update video on my Fury Warrior. I've spent the last couple days upgrading some gear, testing some stuff out, and I wanted to report on it. So first things first, I had spent the last couple days farming extra gear. So the one downside to this guide is it does take a couple days to get everything, but once you do have everything, it is one of the funnest things I've done in WoW. So going over the gear real quick, starting with the helmet, it's a helmet from Zangamarsh. Pretty much it's all socketed gear is my gear. So the helmet's from Zangamarsh. It's a quest line. Takes maybe 10 quests to do. It's super quick to get. I'll go over the gems and enchants after. I'm just going to do a quick shot through the gear. Necklace comes from Dragonflight from a rare. Then you have the shoulders come from Underbog. The cloak, there's a whole bunch of different cloaks you can use. This one's just from Dead Mines. Then you have the chest piece, which is going to be from Slave Pens. The bracers I'm using are from Stratahome, but again, I have a ton of different bracers. The weapons are going to be the Hatebringer from the Underbog. These take definitely the longest to farm out of anything, but they're definitely worth it. Going from the top, you have the gloves from Blood Furnace. I think the boots are from Hellfire Ramparts. The pants are also from Blood Furnace. The belt is also from Underbog. The belt definitely takes a while to get to. Also to note on the belt, I got the item upgrade drop that gives me 3 sockets. Generally, this is a 2-socket belt. You have a chance to get a 3-socket belt if you run it enough. So it's pretty fired up. I got that. Going down, then you have the rings. So these are from Necrotic Wake. There's a specific reason why I have these 2 rings compared to the bag full of rings, as you guys can see that I have. Both of these you can actually double socket, which I'll get into in a minute. And then trinkets, there's a whole bunch of different trinkets you can use. I personally found this one from Halls of Valor, which was a Legion dungeon. Gives you a little speed boost once you kill something. There's also this one, which is a BFA one. This one drops a dot and it spreads onto all the, like an AoE dot. You can also use other ones too. This one drops from Stratahome, which is really effective too. I've been using it a lot. Pretty much sends a shockwave out and kills everything around you. Super effective, especially if you have a lot of versatility. This one really hits hard. I found out some other ones that haven't really don't really too much. This one gives you a bunch of strength, and I'll go over that in a minute too. This is a little different build. I've tried hundreds of different builds. I probably put in a little over 120 hours into this character so far, maybe a little over 110. But yeah, so going through that gear, the enchants and the gems. So like I said, when I first started doing this, I first made a crit spec, so my crit was like 37%, which was really fun. You didn't really live that much though, so I kind of played around with it, and then I went from 36% down to I think it was like 26 or 27, maybe 25 in crit, and then like 22 haste, and then 11 mastery and 11 versatility. And I'm also speed capped on this guy too, so I don't know if you can tell, but like I'm running pretty quickly. Yeah, so I played around with that. I did a crit spec. I did a versatility spec. Then I realized like you could get better gems. So I did strength spec. I got up to like 166 strength, which was a lot of fun. But then I realized you could also get gems that give you strength and haste. So I lost maybe about like 15, 20 strength, but I gained a bunch of haste from it. And this is the craziest build I think I've found yet. But yeah, going over it. So how it works is you're going to want to get these 2 gems in particular. These are called Straddling Jewel and Revitalizing. This one pretty much heals you for 133 for every Shadowlands gem you have, and this one's going to give you 15% increased speed for every Shadowlands gem you have. So once you equip those 2 on your shoulders, you got to equip 4 in total. So what do I mean by that? In all of your gear that's socketed, you're going to want to use these quick jewel. You can use this one, quick jewel. I think I also have the crit one. Maybe I don't. I just have the haste ones. They're I think they add 43 haste. You can get crit, you can get versatility. They have a whole bunch of different ones, but you're gonna want 4 of those all together in all of your gear. So 4 of those, 2 of the ones in your shoulder, and then all the other ones are gonna either be the strength, the bold crimson, or you're gonna want to use these, which are a little bit more expensive. These fierce ones that give you 2 strength and 2 haste. Now, when you put those in all your sockets, it's gonna give you a bunch of haste and a bunch of crit. So you're going to want to evenly spread those 4 Shadowlands, the rest of the evenly spread between those. And then Enchants. So Enchants, you're going to use the Mark of Hidden Satire in the neck. That's going to hit them for half of their health. Procs pretty often. Shoulders give you more scavenging ability, so you get more cloth from the dungeons you do. The Cloak, you get +2 primary stat. This is going to help boost your strength. Then same thing with the chest, +3 all stats. Then bracers, you're going to do +1 stat. I played around with the bracers. Pretty much the only one you're going to do, since you're low level, it's going to give you +1 for everything. I leveled his engineering, his enchanting. I got a rep. So those of you who don't know, you can get an Argent Dawn rep, which is through the Tonaris Timewalking right now. This gives you more like enchants and stuff, but unfortunately it boggled it down to 1, so it's kind of useless doing that. But yeah, I did that anyways. So you got that on those. Then you're going to use double life stealing because it's going to proc when you use your whirlwind. Again, I did 1 strength gem in each, and then the 2 strength, 2 haste in each. Going through the rings, like I said, these are considered current because they're in the mythic rotation. So meaning you can use, I think it was called like a magnificent. Let me see if I can pull it up. You can buy 4 of these. They're called like magnificent. Magnificent jeweler settings. These can be used in current WoW, like the World Within like year, but because these rings drop from Necrotic Wake and that's in the mythic rotation, it's allowing you to use these on the rings on the level 11, which is kind of crazy. So you get to buy 4 of them, and they'll give you 4 more sockets in the rings, which is kind of nuts. These I got really lucky, and I got them in 1 run, so those are like the least RNG thing, I think, unless I just got really lucky. The boots, you can get minor. This is called Speed of the Boar. It gives you minor speed increase plus a little bit of stam. You can also just get the one that gives you speed increase, but if you're going to get +1 stam, you might as well. Every little stat helps. The pants, again, the Shadowlands gem, the strength and haste gems, but the enchant comes from a leatherworking. So if you pick up leatherworking in Pandaria, you can fly out there and enchant your pant, and then you can also just drop leatherworking and still keep the enchant. So that's pretty cool. The belts, I just had the engineering on it to make me run quicker, and I had +2 strength on the enchant on the hands. So altogether, I'll queue into a BG while I kind of talk a little bit more about this too. So cool thing with this is it allows you to queue as a tank. So you're gonna get instant queues. What I've personally been doing is, besides just farming Timewalking, this is a very quick way to farm Timewalking points. It's kind of like Mr. Pandaria remix with a mix of classic, because your stats really are dependent on how your character acts. But it's a lot of fun, man. Like I'm telling you, like I've played WoW for a long time, and I've really just been doing this. I haven't really been touching my level 80s. Like this is just so much fun. I was originally doing Timewalking on my level 80s, and I noticed a lot of level 11, so that's why it kind of got me into doing this stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've been, like I said, probably about 100 hours in. I've tested a whole bunch of different things, and I'll show you guys in the preview here when it loads, like how quick you can run a dungeon. You can do them within like 2, 3, 4 minutes. I'm using it mainly to farm Timewalking, but also if you use the Timewalking points, you can get exalted with the Argent Dawn, which then starts a quest line. It's a pretty long quest line, but it allows you to go back into old knacks and collect stuff to unlock the old tier sets. You can also unlock a bunch of old recipes that they added back into the game. You can purchase those through these Invader Scourge Stones that you get from doing Stratahome Main Gate, all the other Stratahome that are in Classic Timewalking. The one downside with the time walking is like they just haven't really been changing it. It's just been classic, which it's fun and I do enjoy the classic ones. But like it's been like this for 6 weeks now, so like I'm personally excited for the time way, the turbulent time way, whatever it is, just to get over this classic. But this is a nice way to like spice up the classic time walking. So you can farm these scorch stones and then use them for recipes you can sell in the auction house or to learn. Pretty much also with the spec you can do single pulls of the dungeons. So like for this, for example, I'm gonna do a crazy pull off the bat. So yeah, stay tuned and let me know what you guys think. Kind of crazy, isn't it? I literally just pulled half of that dungeon in one pull. A couple things to watch out for is if you get mind controlled, you're gonna kill your group. If you get polymorphed or stunned and lose all your aggro, it's gonna probably kill your group. I forgot to mention that as well. There are also other potions you can buy that make it so you don't get stunned, as well as some that increase your strength and stuff. I haven't really looked too much into that or like food to eat, but that's like another avenue too that you could use to here. But literally, I'm gonna finish this in like 2 pulls. Watch, I'm gonna run in and just pull the rest of the house here. So yeah, if you get polyed or stuck like that, you might die. But besides that, it's relatively quick, really fast, really fun gameplay, man. Like it's a lot of fun. A lot of people like don't realize you can do this. So a lot of the times people in your group will be like, "Oh my god, no way! How are you doing this?" But it's a lot of fun. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover in the guide. Yeah. So thanks for watching, and if you like the video, please drop a like, please drop a sub.